Okay, so welcome all of you to the Values for Life series and episode 92 on innovativeness. I hope I have said the number correctly. And as you can see today, I'm joining from the state of Michigan and the city is Detroit. You can see the entire center people are sitting here. And also,
Shanti,
there are many people from different parts of USA.
das,
So
was
Brother
jetzt
Mike
zu
is
sehen
very
ist,
famous out there. All of us know
ist
him very
das
well.
Center
He's
in
author of
Michigan,
eight books. And
Detroit.
as always, the way he shares is very unique. And it's also, I thought this value, innovativeness and newness, it suits him
Mike
more than any
George
other speaker. That's what I
spricht
felt.
heute zu dem Thema
And as always, before we
Innovativität und
read a
Neuheit.
few
Das passt super
lines
gut
in the
zu
form
ihm.
of a poem for him and also for the value.
Zuerst
So today,
kommt
brother,
wie
if you
immer
guide us on the path towards
das
newness,
Gedicht.
so that it helps develop in us the
Und das Gedicht,
innovativeness
ich habe das hier vorbereitet.
that
Und
keeps us
zwar,
safe from the ravages of
äh,
any illness and
ich lese das noch
ultimately
vor.
leads us into the realms of wellness.
Also,
And
heute wird der
newness that
Bruder uns auf
pulses as
dem
the
Pfad der
soul
Neuheit
takes us into carefreeness
unterstützen,
and
sodass
helps us
wir
see
in
life
uns
from a detached
Innovation entwickeln.
perspective as a very
Das wird
peace.
uns vor den
Each
Belastungen
one
der
of
Krankheit
us
schützen
has
und führt uns
specialities
letztendlich
as
dann
their
zu den
own
Oasen des
uniqueness, which
Wohlbefindens.
helps us to
Sich
lead our
selbst als
lives
Seele zu
with utmost
betrachten, führt zu
fineness and live
Sorgenfreiheit
from
und
a
es hilft dabei,
newnessness.
das
It
Leben
is
von einer
meant to be
losgelösten
a moral
Perspektive
lesson
aus
for
zu
spiritual
betrachten.
fitness,
Als Zeuge.
so that we are
Jeder
away
von
from the
uns
worldly
hat ganz eigene
materialistic desires.
Besonderheiten, die ihn
And
einzigartig
finally,
machen. Das
spreading in the
hilft
world
uns, unser
much
Leben
needed
mit äußerster
kindness,
Feinheit zu
so that
leben.
each becomes his
Denn für
holiness and
spirituelle
our fineness.
Fitness
You can
müssen
make it here
wir
as well, his or her holiness and
moralische Muskeln
fineness.
aufbauen,
So we are not talking just about the gender here. Okay,
damit wir
so
uns
thank you
von
so
dem
much for all
weltlichen,
of you for joining.
materialistischen
We'll have
Irrsinn
other
fernhalten.
participants, but I
Wir
think
verbreiten
Newness
dann in
can
der
join in
Welt
the
die
later
dringend
on. And I know from
benötigte
Michigan,
Güte, sodass
other
jeder
people who are
zu
joining, they are
einer
able to join now,
seiner
okay, because they were in the
Heiligkeit
waiting room. So I would
und oder
request
zu seiner
the Raincoat
Majestät
team to
wird.
please welcome Brother Mike. Yeah, over to you, Sister Anya.
Om Shanti, Brother Mike. It's such a pleasure to have you.
Om Shanti, Bruder Mike, wir freuen uns wirklich, dass du hier bist. Das Team dieser Serie, Werte fürs Leben, begrüßt dich ganz herzlich und freut sich, dass du heute dabei bist. Wir freuen uns darauf, deine Gedanken zu diesem
If I
Thema
make a few
Neuheit und
housekeeping instructions,
Innovativität
like
zu hören.
you can switch on the, I mean, you can click on the button called interpretation and listen to the language you
Ihr
prefer in.
klickt einfach
We have
auf
quite a
eure
few
Sprache, die
languages
ihr
today.
hören
I'll just
möchtet,
revise them for you all.
die
It
Übersetzung,
is
die ihr hören möchtet. Ihr
in
wisst, wie es
sequence
geht.
German, French, Portuguese,
Und
Spanish,
es gibt
Hindi,
heute Französisch,
Tamil and
Deutsch,
Telugu. And as always,
Portugiesisch,
our format, we have started a bit late because in
Telugu,
the first roughly 50-55 minutes will be the
Hindi
talk as Brother Mike shares the screen. And after that,
und
there
noch
will be a
andere.
bit of Q&A. I think the Michigan people can also
Es
write down
gibt
their questions. You can
am Schluss
spontaneously
auch noch
ask
Fragen und
if you have
Antworten. Also wenn jemand
related to
Fragen hat,
newness and
dann könnt ihr
innovativeness.
die
And then after
schicken
that, we have the announcements and the closing meditation as
über
always. So
den
about 1.5 hour
Chat.
from now. So it's all yours. Thank you,
Das
Brother Mike. And
Ganze
you can
dauert
switch
ungefähr
once you
1,5
will begin.
Stunden. Also Mike, ich übergebe mal an dich.
Okay, now that's interesting because now I don't have anything to press for sharing the screen.
No,
Also, ich würde jetzt gerne meinen Bildschirm groß machen, aber ich weiß nicht, worauf ich drücken soll.
Okay, very warm welcome to
Na
everyone
gut.
who's tuned in. Thank you very much
Herzlich
for
willkommen an euch alle, die hier dabei sind und zuhören.
As you know, this presentation today is around the whole subject of innovation.
Ihr wisst, dass es heute um Innovation geht hier.
I'm going to be able to go for 55 minutes. Just
Und ich
one
glaube, ich habe mich
as
vorbereitet auf
time goes on,
ungefähr
presentations get shorter and
55.
shorter as the speakers become more essence-full. So I think you might have to revise an hour and a half back to a little bit around an hour, maybe at the most. But certainly
Also
there'll be
mein Vortrag wird ungefähr eine Stunde dauern. Und dann haben wir noch Fragen und Antworten.
And it really is about finding our own understanding and using our understanding in such a way that the understanding changes. because that's what innovation does.
Also
Innovation
Innovation bedeutet ja immer, dass man durch das, was man hört, auch etwas verändert, dass man dadurch sich verändert.
Analyzed a lot. There's conferences on it, because it's such an important and integral part of the success of any business. But of course, we're not talking about a business. We're not talking about an organization. We're
Wir sprechen
talking
hier nicht über eine Organisation und auch nicht über ein Unternehmen.
how does it how is it
Wir
relevant to the process that we all go through on our
Wir
spiritual journey?
sprechen über unsere eigenen
All about
Prozesse
innovation in a
auf unserer spirituellen Reise.
not in a logic context. That would be rather too easy. But to use it in a spiritual context is quite different. Excuse me. So in the material world, innovation is invention. Many people believe invention is just the creation of new ideas. But to innovate means a continuous creation of new processes, new concepts, and new ideas applied in such a way in the material world that it creates monetary value for an organization. So it's using those ideas, those processes in such a way that you create monetary value. And there's been a number of examples down through the ages, and I won't go into the details. For example, Apple are great entrepreneurs. They don't really have an original idea. They take processes and ideas, mostly around marketing and product development, etc. And that's what makes them successful in the material world marketplace. The same with Zara, the fashion people. They started off very small. And they used processes, marketing, ideas. They applied them, and that gave them their innovative head start to what they are today. Huge success today in the material world, in the physical world. But we're not really talking about the physical world. We're talking about the spiritual world. And so innovation for each one of us is the churning of knowledge. We receive knowledge or so-called knowledge or information every day. And we do our churning in order to discover deeper value from our own personal understanding. So the link really is finding value. And for us as individuals to find value requires what's called churning. So innovation is the churning, the continuous churning of knowledge or information in order to discover deeper value and deeper insight, if you like, from our own personal understanding, so that we don't stand still. In many ways, it's an unlimited journey because there is no limit to what we can understand, basically, or discover within our own consciousness. And so there's always a deeper sense of value somewhere, as I'm sure many of you recognize. So this is the work of the intrapreneur. Yeah, not the entrepreneur, the intrapreneur. There probably isn't such a word in the dictionary today. But for today, we invent it and apply it to ourselves. And the aim is to churn our knowledge, to discover deeper value, insight, to discover our treasure within. And those treasures, of course, we know are quite unlimited. They are. There's no limit to what we can discover within us. And it's not a good idea to get stuck. And so to find our own way of churning. Some people do a lot of writing. Some people just a lot of conversation, talking to other people. Other people paint. And so this is the way of their churning. They use creative processes and new ideas to churn more deeply. And you can't stop churning in your journey, on the journey that you're on at the moment. So you have embarked on a process of discovering new ideas, deeper insights, and thereby greater personal value by churning and squeezing new truths from spiritual knowledge so that you are an entrepreneur. So we could apply that word to each one of us, depending on what we're
größeren
doing
Verständnis
deeply
entwickelt,
to
wenn
use
man
those new ideas, to discover those
nach
deeper
über neue
insights,
Wahrheiten
but
nachdenkt
we're
und
always trying
diese
to
Aus
add personal value in everything we do in a spiritual context. Yeah. So
so
we're all entrepreneurs. We're all
sind
non-existent word
Entrepreneur,
today,
sind
which is
Unternehmer, sondern
entrepreneur. So let me
Intrapreneur.
give you an example of that. Using the common questions which we discover or use in
Ja,
the context
die
of our spiritual life. And so
werden die
let's
immer
take
wieder
the common question, the one that's been
und
asked for
die schauen wir als
thousands
mal
of
an.
years and still asked today is who am I?
Das ist nicht
You
die
would think
Frage,
someone would have
ja,
an answer to
gibt
that
es ja
question.
schon so lange, seit
And
Tausenden
most
von
PKs
Jahren.
do. They say, well, I'm a
Wer bin ich
soul
eigentlich?
in a body.
Meisten, die
And
Case sagen, ja, ich bin
the
die Seele
extent of
im
it? Or
Körper.
can you go more deeply than that? I think you
Ist das
can,
Seele
and you will
oder kann man dann
require
tiefer eintauchen? Ich glaube
innovation
nicht.
to
Also,
go more
man
deeply.
braucht
And everyone will
so
do this differently, do
tiefer,
this churning differently.
was das Thema
So if you
betrifft.
bring the idea of time
Also, wenn man
the idea that you're a soul in a body,
der
then
Zeit mit sich
maybe
bringt,
there was a time
der Seele und das
when you also add the idea, the insight that everything starts new and becomes old. So if you combine
eine
those three ideas,
gab,
then you discover that you were
wo man
not a soul in a body, but you were a body in a soul,
nochmal,
probably around half a cycle ago. In
dass
other
man
words,
nicht nur
the
eine Seele
body was
eintauchen
in the soul, not the soul in
kann,
the body. So if that
irgendwann
is true, and it's entirely up to you to
nicht
see
nur
if that is true,
20 Kraft in der Seele ist,
then you would recognize how far you have fallen from being a soul to believing
wenn man,
you are a body.
wenn man
And so
also
we're just turning
darüber
things around a
nachdenkt,
little bit. So you went from the
was
unlimited
ist
state of
irgendjemand gedacht,
consciousness, the unlimited
dass
state
man
of being,
Kontakt
the
ist
soul basically,
mit
to
einer
being
Seele,
limited, to
dann
limiting
kennt man
yourself
da
to
auch, wie sehr
something
man
material,
gestimmt
something
ist,
physical,
wie jemand, der
to a
wusste,
package
dass
that
da
is
eine
very
Seele ist,
limited.
zu
So
jemandem,
what
der
was it
gedacht
like to have a
Körper,
consciousness that was unlimited? Yeah, can you
wie
imagine
ein
what that was like? Can
Bewusstseinssystem,
you
das
create that
unbegrenzt
in your
ist,
consciousness right now, on your own, not for the benefit of anyone else, but just on your own? And
könnt ihr jetzt
what was
denken.
your consciousness like
Jetzt
when it was
denkt,
unlimited in
wie
kindness,
war wohl
in
euer
generosity,
Bewusstsein,
and in
dass es
compassion?
unbegrenzt
And so
war?
you're going more and more deeply, and you're
Dieses
really going to bump into your
Gefühl,
natural state, which is way
euer
beyond being a soul in a
natürliches
body. You're going to come into your natural state, which is the
noch
body
viel
is within
als noch
the
zu
soul.
denken,
The
eine
soul.
Seele.
So it's worthwhile asking what gets in the way
Jetzt
at this point in time.
wirklich
So
jetzt
you want to churn. What's getting in the way? What's stopping me from being
was geht
unlimited
die Weg
in kindness
nach
and
hält
generosity
davon
and compassion? Sure, the
unbegrenzt
stock
zu
answer we
in
have
meiner
is, well,
Gewusstheit
you're body
in
conscious.
meinem
But it's
Gefühl.
more than that.
Klar, die
It's
Antwort haben wir auch,
understanding what
sind dann
consciousness is
Körperbewusst, das hält
and then
viel
how it
mehr als das.
works and then how it
Das,
transforms itself, etc. So the soul is consciousness. That's what the soul is.
das
It is conscious. It is consciousness. It's when they come together.
der,
In our
die
consciousness,
Seele, Bewusstsein
we invent different identities. I'm sure
in
you're
unserem
aware of this. And the first identity that we get
verschiedene
stuck with is the identity
Identitäten.
of the body.
Wir
And so this
bleiben
is the
stecken
basis of
in der
body
Identität des
consciousness.
Körpers.
But it goes
Das
deeper
nennt
and
sich
deeper than
Körperbewusstsein.
that. Yeah? And so
Und
we need to
geht
be a little bit
geht
innovative to really see
jetzt
that we
raus
become attached to and
und
identify with many, many different ideas and beliefs
sehen,
and imagings.
dass
And
es
that
und welchen
they're kind of layered on
als
each other as we go deeper.
Fassung
In fact,
noch hängen.
anything you become attached to
Die
for a few
Ebenen,
seconds
Ebenen,
or a few minutes or
Ebenen
a few
von
years, it constitutes your
Und einige
identity
Dinge
in that
hängen wir
moment.
an den
And of
an
course, we
einigen
know as Brahmins,
Tage
as people on a spiritual
und
journey,
möchten daran
that
viele
these
Jahre
identities are not accurate. They're not
der spirituellen
correct in a
Reise
sense.
erklärt,
But
dass
they
die
cause
die
us
Identität, die alten
to feel
Identitäten hängen, die
what's
sind
called
Die sind
emotion.
nicht richtig, die sind nicht
This
korrekt
is
und
where
die sind
emotion comes in.
aktuell.
Whenever you get attached to anything,
Nur
which means you
die haben
identify
alle
with anything,
eine gewisse
yeah,
Emotion
then you
mit.
are guaranteed
Jede
to
Identität,
cause
mit der
an
wir uns
emotion,
identifizieren,
energy
bringt
and
bestimmte
emotion.
Emotionen
This
mit.
is why all
Auch
emotion
Energie,
comes
bestimmte
born out
Energien.
of some kind of attachment.
Und
And that they're quite different from
so
feelings. Feelings are
Emotionen
natural
wiederum
states
mit
of being,
Energien
whereas
zu tun.
emotions are unnatural and are caused by you
Emotionen
limiting yourself
sind
to an
natürlich
identity in your consciousness. And
Ursachen
sometimes, well, most of the time, we are not
einschränken.
aware of it. We don't know it. We're just
Dann wissen wir
not
das gar
aware.
nicht.
And our
Wir merken
spiritual
es.
journey is about learning to
Der
become aware.
spirituelle
So
Reise
we
muss
emote
man
because we don't know our true
immer
self. Yeah.
diese Weise
It's
bewusst
not
sein.
wrong, it's not bad, I'm not condemning it, I'm not judging it. It's just what happens to most of
Urteile
us
nicht,
on the journey within. We are emoting. In other words, we become
Urteile
emotional because
keine
we
nicht,
don't know our true self,
sondern
which is,
die Wahrheit
well,
ist, dass wir unser wahres Selbst nicht kennen
what is the
und das
state of the
muss
true
gesagt
self
werden.
that does not cause emotion? If I'm not emotional, what is the
Wenn
state of my
ich
true self?
nicht
Yeah,
emotional
that's the
bin,
question. And that
die
takes you
Frage
to the
ist,
next level, is being
welches
content
mein
within
wahrer
myself
Zustand
with being no one.
bin ich
In other
zufrieden
words, I have
mit
no identity in a
jemand
sense.
sein,
In
keine
truth,
Identität bin ich
in
zufrieden,
reality, within my
in
consciousness, there is no false identity. There is no
keine
identity. So I'm quite
Identität,
content with being
Identität.
without an identity, with being no one.
Wieso kann ich damit
You
zufrieden
can
sein,
see
nie
where I'm
zu
going.
sein, so keine
But if you
Identität zu haben?
know that
Ich
from
hoffe, ihr könnt
memory,
es.
if you know that
Und
and you've just
ja,
memorized it, well, I'm no one, yeah, I'm consciousness and
wenn
I'm no one,
wir denken, dass
then
wir eigentlich nicht
that
sind,
would be a concept. And therefore it
ja,
would be provide a sense of limitation. Yeah, I'd be using that concept of being no one, and therefore, because I'm using that concept, I would be limiting myself. So the unlimited is the free self, which has no identity, is not no one, is not someone. It doesn't.
niemand zu sein ist
It's just
Begrenzung.
totally free of
Unbegrenzt
any
ist,
concept,
wenn man
and therefore
einfach überhaupt gar
any
kein Konzept hat.
limitation. That's
Wenn man
how
selbst
I
mit
might
keiner
turn it.
Weise
I might turn
umschränkt.
it differently tomorrow, and I might turn it differently the
Vielleicht
next
denke
week.
ich morgen
But that's
anders
maybe
drüber.
how I
Das
would
denke ich nicht
turn that
anders drüber.
particular
Aber im
question.
Moment denke ich so
So how
über
does
dieses
consciousness work? Well, we all know that there are
hier
two faculties, two functions of
Bewusstsein
consciousness, the mind and the intellect. The mind
bei der
generally is
Reise, den
closed. In other words, the mind contains concepts and ideas and images which we close ourselves, we close our mind around, we hold on to them. So
und
becoming
die Inhalte
open-minded is
wir
important, but it requires some faith, because
gibt
so far
in
our faith in life, our faith in everyday interactions with others has taken the form of I am someone, I am my name, where I come from, what I look like.
wenn wir mit anderen Menschen zu
Placed our
tun
faith,
haben,
and
dann
we've
sind wir
invested our
jemanden,
faith in
haben
that.
nach,
But so
dann
becoming open-minded requires a different kind of faith, a new kind of faith, a faith that everything's going to be okay, regardless of
benötigt was
how I
anderes.
am, of what I'm identified with, it regardless of that, because the real me, I know the real me is no one.
Das Sinn.
Is the soul, if you like. The soul is no one. In other words,
Die
there's
Seele
no
ist
self
ja
in
wirklich
soul.
gefragt.
There's a
Die
statement.
Seele
There's no self in soul. Think about that.
hat keine Identität.
So the mind's tendency is to close around beliefs and concepts. And you
Der
can hear
Geist möchte immer
expressing
gerne
your
einen
beliefs
Rahmen
in
bestimmen, bestimmte
conversations. If there's any
Aufgaben und
conflict in your
Konzepte.
life, you will be
Das ist die
holding on
Natur
to a
des
belief
Geistes.
system or
Und
some
darin
kind of
hält man
concept
fest,
to which
das
the
ist
other
ein
person
bestimmtes Konzept
disagrees.
oder
And so
ein bestimmter,
if your mind
äh,
is free and is not closed around beliefs or concepts,
wenn der
then
Geist
it doesn't matter what anyone says, it
und
will not bother you.
so
It will not disturb you.
hält,
It doesn't matter what
dann
happens in
ist
the
es
world,
nicht
it's okay.
höher.
Because you know,
Es
hey,
ist egal,
this
was
is
jemand
right.
sagt,
Now,
da
those
tut,
beliefs and concepts, they come from outside
aus,
in.
weil man
In other words,
und das
they're
interessiert
external sourcings. And they've come from outside in, either from parents, from friends, from colleagues, at some time in the
ähm,
past. And we've held them,
die
hold
Erziehung,
on
die
to
wir
them,
haben,
close around them in our
kommen irgendwie
memory.
aus der Vergangenheit,
And
vielleicht
that's what
von
we hold on to
Eltern,
them.
von
And someone
Kollegen oder
triggers,
Freunden.
says something, and it triggers
Und
a
wir halten
memory.
daran
Out it
fest.
comes
Und
again.
wenn
But
irgendjemand
originally,
sagt,
it came from
dann löst
outside
es
in.
in euch auf,
And that's okay, it's not a problem, it's just to be
triggert
understood.
euch.
And so we draw
Kein
in
Problem, aber du musst es
information,
verstehen.
which is the raw
Konzept.
material, and we
Ähm,
create beliefs and we create concepts. Maybe we just agree with someone else that what they say is true. And so we draw it in because of our sanskar of we need neediness. And
ja,
this happens when
wir
you
haben
get
eine
people
gewisse
who say, well, you need to
Bedürftigkeit,
have an opinion. You need to have something to say about that.
Wein
You
von
need
anderen
to have
hört
a
und
concept
hinzusaugen.
around this particular area. And so
Ähm,
that neediness leads to desire. And so we
diese
want it, we become
Bedürftigkeit
addicted to
zu
it.
einem
And
Wunsch,
so
der
it's
hat eine
good to
Liste
use our neediness
Meinung.
and our desire, so we think, to create beliefs and concepts around which we are attached, trapped in.
Wir
So
arbeiten mit
this is
Konzepten
what
und
sustains the habit of attachment at a subtle
Inhalten.
level within our
Eine
consciousness.
subtiler Ebene
Not just
der diese
things,
anderen
but the image of things, the idea
Mittel
of
und
objects,
Dinge
the idea of
oder
people we
Vorstellungen,
become attached to.
in-
And so we are kind of learning, if that's the right word, or
wir
unlearning,
sind
to not
anhängig
have that habit, to be free of that habit, to be
darauf
free
lernen
within
wird,
ourselves
lernen
of
wird,
being
dass
attached to
wir frei
nothing.
werden müssen von
I don't
solchen
need to
Anhängen.
be attached to anything.
Wir
I don't
brauchen
need to
nicht
identify with anything
wir
if
brauchen
I'm to
uns
be
mit
free.
nichts identifizieren.
That is a whole churning in
Das,
itself.
worum es geht und worum
It
alles
might
geht, ist
not originally sound as if there's a value to be found in these kind of statements. As you listen to me, you're just listening to information basically. But when you go in and you
wenn
experience
ihr hier
that
zuhört,
habit
dann
of
hört er
attachment and it falling away
Informationen.
a little by little, then you taste your own inner freedom.
Aber
And so it then has value to you. That freedom begins to have real value to you in your life. So that's why
darauf,
it's
aber
necessary, churn,
Möglichkeiten
and whether you
dann
call it innovation or not,
sehr
it is
wert.
churning
Ich
at a
werde das
spiritual
sehr
level.
weitergeben.
That's why it's necessary to churn
Dieses
and to churn and
Nachdenken
to churn
wird
and
ja
go deeper and
ist,
deeper
dass man
and deeper,
tiefer
as I'm
eintaucht und
attempting
tiefer
to do
eintaucht
here.
und
But
wirklich über dieses
perhaps not
Nachdenken
very
sich
well.
mit
Let's see. So the more you go beyond the limits of the mind, the more you increase your
weiter
self-confidence. In other words,
gehen,
the more you
wenn
go
jetzt
beyond
der Einschränkung
what
des
is
Geistes,
mentally limiting you, or in other words,
je
the more
mehr
you are trapped in what's on your
das
mind,
überwindet,
concepts,
euch
images,
beginnt,
ideas,
ist
the more you
hinstellen,
free yourself
das
from those
festsetzt,
concepts, images, and
je
ideas,
mehr
and
ihr
some of you will know
frei
this, the more you
von
increase your self-confidence.
desto mehr vergrößert ihr euch
Until
mal
there's no self-confidence, there's just confidence.
und dann
If
braucht
that
ihr auch
makes
kein
sense.
Selbstvertrauen mehr, das
But
ist ja einfach nur Vertrauen.
increases as time goes on. That's why many
Desto mehr
people on a spiritual path notice
dass
their
der
increase in
mit
confidence
der
as time
Zeit
goes on. But that
stellen Menschen
increase stops
einen
when you
Weg
stop
zum
churning, looking more deeply, finding
auch
deeper
selbst
value.
mit
And
der Zeit.
you will also become less reliant on authority. In other words,
Und ihr
Baba says,
nicht mehr
you're a master of
auf
mighty
Autorität,
authority. In other words,
da sagt,
everything
du
you
bist ein
need to know,
mächtiger
you already know. It's already
Wirt,
there. And the more you
wenn er
are able to
in
discover that, the deeper you
und
go
je
to
mehr
discover
in
that,
der Lage seid, das
the
zu
less
erkennen,
reliant you
in
are on external
Inhalt,
sources of insight.
so weniger seid
The
ihr
more,
abhängig von
the more you
äußeren
are self-reliant in a
Resultaten.
sense. So
Ihr
the
müsst
intellect
also
is fast
sagen,
asleep, and the way I might
Inhalt,
churn it, I might look at it, is the rational intellect is easy to awaken. It's not difficult. There's two kinds of intellect, the rational intellect and the intuitive intellect. And so the rational intellect
und den
is
intuitiven
used rationally. You need to make
der
decisions about
rationale
practical
eben
things,
rational.
usually external things.
Macht
How
gerne
many people
Entscheidungen,
are you
gerne
going to have at the program,
Mhm.
therefore the number of
Der Basis
chairs, therefore when to start. All of these are
so
rational decisions, basically.
rationale
It's easy to
Entscheidung.
awaken the rational intellect from that point of view, because all information that comes from outside in is processed in a rational way. It's a bit noisy mentally in your mind.
Informationen
You notice
von
you're
außen
thinking a lot about
werden
what's
rationell
A follows B follows C. You're thinking it through. You're thinking the situation through, and so it's about the rational intellect. Whereas the intuitive intellect, when you use the
aber der
intellect intuitively, that requires a
ist nicht.
totally silent mind. A mind that
Dafür
is
braucht
not
man einen
creating a lot of
Stille,
thoughts, is not disturbing you.
einen Geist,
It's
der
just
nicht so viele
very
Gedanken
quiet, yeah, very
der
still,
nicht
very calm.
stört,
And then
sondern
you
der sagt,
allow your intuitive to arise from
man lässt dann zu,
inside
dass
out.
das Intuitive
What we're doing in our spiritual
sich
journey is allowing our
verstehen
realization, spiritual knowledge,
verstehe
realization, to
Kreise,
emerge from within our consciousness. And so,
sprechen
in
wir doch
theory at least, we will be
spirituellen
doing that
Erkenntnis
more deeply as time went on. As
aus
we
unserer
kind of grew
kommen
spiritually,
und
we
im
would do
Laufe
that
des
more
Tages
deeply.
wird,
And
werden
the process
Prozesse
would be an
äh,
intuitive one. In other words, there'd be feelings
entweder
arising, insights,
tiefen
aha moments arising from inside. And so you're using your
Moment,
intellect,
wo
you're
man
awakening your intellect and using it intuitively.
während des Tages
And that's when you realize your own truth, your own version of the truth.
man eigene Wahrheit
Far be it
und
from
vor
me
allem
to say, but
die eigene Version macht.
the Merle or other people's classes or what anyone else says, including
Man
me,
die
is
Wort
not the
für
truth to you.
ja,
It's just information.
das ist nicht eure ganz
me
persönliche
moving
Wahrheit,
my
das
lips.
ist
But
Information.
the only way you realize and discover your own truth
Die
is
einzige
from
Möglichkeit,
within,
eure
is listening
Eigentheit
to yourself, is listening to the
ihr auf
layers, the
selbst,
progressively deeper layers of
selbst
your
zuhört
aha
und wenn
moments,
ihr
your
abhört,
realizations on the inside.
im eigenen
Other people,
Inneren,
other sources
das sind die
outside may be
Informationen.
triggers to help you to do that for
Was
sure.
andere Menschen
They
sagen, das
direct you
kann
to do that.
vielleicht
They
was
set you on the right
auslösen
path.
in
But
die richtige
you
Richtung, ist den
will
Weg finden.
will only
Aber
find power
ihr werdet
in discovering your
nur
own truth,
wirklich
what it means
Kraft
for you. And this is
dadurch
why
bekommen,
Mother says,
dass
churn
ihr
your
eure
own butter,
eigene Wahrheit
basically. And you have to be quite innovative to do that.
ihr müsst
So this
ziemlich
brings us to
in
what we already know is already what we need to know
kommen.
is what we already know. What you need to know, you already know it. It's just a question of how deeply you're prepared to go in your journey to rediscover what is true
Ihr
for you.
müsst euch dessen,
And
weil ihr habt das schon
it might be confirming what you've heard from outside in, and there may be confirmation of the information,
ihr dann
or it may
entjobbt,
be slightly different,
dann
or it
könnte
may
es
be maybe you go even deeper. It doesn't really matter.
aussehen.
But what matters
Oder
is you are
ja,
being innovative
das
by
macht
looking, churning,
was es ist,
exploring.
dass innovativ seid,
So the
indem
more you
ihr
know, and this is the paradox really of the spiritual journey, the more you know, the more you gradually diminish the need to know. This is why you discover many people on their spiritual journeys will say, well, I don't need to know anything. There comes a point when they realize the less they know, the better. They already know. It's already there. It's
kommt
implicit.
irgendwann zu dem
It's
Punkt, wo sie sich stellen,
It's
dass es fest ist,
immersed within their
ganz
consciousness.
dabei.
And so they
Wir
don't
wissen,
need to know it as in knowing, as
es
in,
nicht mehr diese
well, A and B
unbedingt
and C
Bedürfnis
are
zu
the
wissen,
right way to do things.
denn
You don't need to know that. You don't need to, you just are
man
naturally able
muss das nicht
to
unbedingt.
work in that way. So
Man ist
eventually, the less you
natürlich
need to know.
weil,
It's
in der
need
Lage,
that's the cause of much
damit zu
sorrow and
arbeiten.
much suffering. And so the addiction to knowing something is necessary for a little while until you get to the point where you
Immer weiter hören zu wollen, immer weiter wissen, immer mehr wissen zu wollen.
what is going on. It's just
Das ist okay für eine bestimmte
natural.
Zeit, aber dann irgendwann merkt man, dass man das nicht mehr
So
unbedingt braucht.
it's quite interesting, the journey, as you can see. So what is my
Also
nature? Number 3,
dieser
what is my nature? So we're told love, peace, happiness,
Ja.
but they
Die
are
nächste
words
Frage
and
ist,
concepts, aren't they? Aren't
was
they
ist
just
meine
limited by the
Natur?
mind when you think about love and peace and happiness, your nature?
Uns wird
We're told
gesagt,
that
dass wir
they're
Liebe,
just words,
Frieden
they're
und
just concepts,
Liebe.
and
Ja, aber
therefore
das sind ja nur Worte und Konzepte.
self-limitation. You are limited by
Und insofern
those
sind es
words and concepts in your mind. So in
Selbstbeschränkungen.
reality, they are mixed. They don't exist
In
on their own. Love
Wirklichkeit
doesn't exist on its own. Peace
ist
doesn't
alles
exist on its own.
gemischt.
Happiness doesn't exist on its own.
Nichts
You
davon
know,
existiert
they're
alleine.
mixed. And you
Sie
can
sind
look at your own experience. And when you are loving towards someone, there's a little bit of peace there. You're quite
ja
happy being
bis
like that.
auch, wenn ihr
And
liebevoll
vice versa.
zu jemandem
And so
seid, da
if
auch
they're
Frieden
seen as the primary
dabei,
colors, we all mix
Freude,
these in different ways,
also
but really they are
eigentlich
mixed.
nicht
So this is why
miteinander.
there's no such thing as a singular value. And
Deshalb gibt
your
es sowas
values,
nicht
or values when
einzelne
talked about, are ultimately they're mixed up, all mixed up. You
Werte
cannot
sind
have
immer
one
mit,
without a few others mixed in with it. And this is
miteinander
the beauty of it.
kombiniert.
But of course, we try to
Ganz
define it.
ja,
We try to separate it. And
natürlich
that's what the
versuchen
mind
sie
does.
zu
It's
definieren
limited.
und
We try
voneinander
and
zu
limit
trennen,
these ideas,
äh,
these concepts,
aber das
mentally.
begrenzt
And we
sie.
forget that in reality, in
Ja,
real life, in the interactions of real
diesem
relationships, we mix them up
eingrenzenden
differently.
Konzept.
And first, we might start with a belief, then there's a perception, and then in
Erst
reality,
glauben wir
there's a
immer an etwas,
mixture.
dann
A
gibt es eine
belief.
Wahrnehmung
Oh, I can talk
und
about love, and love is this, and love is that. Love is perfect and beautiful, and I am love. But really, it's mixed in
die
with the
Dinge immer
other values at the same time.
eingemischt
And so that's
mit
a
anderen
better
Werten.
description of reality. So the
Und
qualities of
was
consciousness cannot
beschreibt die
be
Realität,
separated.
dieses Gemischt?
As I
Also
churn this, I realize that the qualities that we talk about, they're just
Qualitäten, über die wir
words,
reden,
concepts.
können nicht voneinander getrennt werden.
They can't be separated as we try to do so. It's not possible. So
Wir können sie nicht trennen, das
our
ist nicht möglich.
experience then places them beyond, begins to place them beyond words and concepts. In other words, we experience deep
Die Übungen, die wir machen, dort,
love,
dass
peace, and happiness coming together in reality.
wir
And so in a sense, they're beyond singular words, singular concepts,
Konzepte,
beyond defining, beyond definition.
wir
They
stehen
are
dann darin, wir brauchen
experience,
keine begrenzten
experiencing.
Worte und Konzepte mehr.
So, but wait a minute, hold on a second. Experience is illusory, isn't it? Isn't it a little bit illusory? Because you could say everything's an experience and everything is changing. Everything comes to pass. And therefore, reality and the truth is that which never changes. Well, this is a good definition. That which never changes, which is eternal.
Die Realität ist das,
Therefore, the
was
truth, reality, is
so einfach
not the same as experience. Experience changes, it moves, it comes
die
and goes.
Erfahrung
The past is
verändert.
past, and there is no future, and so there's
Also,
just experience. And so it's a little bit illusory, is it not? Is it? Or is it not? I lay that challenge down for you. Therefore, love, peace, and happiness are, wait a minute, they are a little bit illusory, but then they seem so real at the time. But then, of course, that was at the time, that was in the past. Now I'm here. I'm only here now. In fact, time is no such thing. There is no past, there is no future. There is just a mental idea of what it was and what it will be.
ja,
And of course, that mental idea changes, it moves, it shifts. It's never the same. And so, you see what I'm doing? I'm kind of churning away at these kind of concepts, these ideas, trying to get a sense of what is real and what is illusory.
wenn man wissen, was ist echt und was ist
All our experience is a mixture of these and other values, all our experience. So it's constantly moving, constantly changing, constantly coming and going. It's
verändert sich ständig, kommen und sie gehen.
other values.
Und
So
sie sind
we
ständig
can't get stuck. This is why we
Werte
have to keep dynamically moving and playing with these ideas. And yet we tell of amazing experiences we've had. We draw on memory, and we tell others of, oh, I had an amazing experience. And yet, every time we tell that story, it's
Right.
going to be slightly different. It's not going to be the same.
Yes,
It's
yes,
going to depend on
Mara.
my mood at the time.
Ja,
It's going to depend on
gemacht haben.
who I'm telling it
Aber
to,
jedes
what I
haben wir
want them to
darüber
hear.
erzählen,
And
das
so they're all,
anders.
they're all, while we're attached to them on the one hand, they're kind of shifting on the other hand. And so it's as if we're attached to an illusion. Is that true when we talk about our experience and we sit in a circle after the retreat and well, let's share our experience? I mean, how relevant is that? How much are we going into what we thought was happening? Was that the actual experience or our interpretation of that experience? And so the interpretation, it changes all the time.
Wir erzählen
So
viel.
it's only kind of real, possibly in the moment. Yeah, and then it's gone. Then it's past. Just like
Echt
everything else.
ist die Erfahrung wirklich nur in dem Augenblick, wo wir es machen.
Everything comes to pass.
Danach ist sie weg.
Yeah, so interesting, isn't it? So how does karma work? Very finally, the final one. I won't go on.
Und jetzt kam
I can understand why this might be a little bit boring for some of you. Now, karma is a stored memory of past action. That's a simple
Karma
definition. It's a stored memory of a past action.
vergangene
It's very
Handlung.
interesting. It's very deep, really, although it doesn't seem so at first.
Tiefes Thema. Ein
Action
wirklich
that is
tiefes Thema.
out of alignment with the true
Der
self.
Handlung,
Yeah. In other words, we
die
remember,
unseren
we
wahren
store
Selbst
the memory because
in
the
Verbindung
action is
Wir
out
speichern
of alignment with our
die
natural state of being, our true self, basically. Yeah. I
Teil,
hope that
die
makes sense.
Handlung,
That's why people end up with weird sides to their personality from outside. Inside, it's based on a past action which is out of alignment. What's in alignment is you being your true self and you
mit unserem
expressing yourself. If there's one word that might describe it, it would be honestly. Then you would hardly remember it. So that action is like going against the grain of truth. In other words, you told a lie or you did something violent towards yourself, towards others. In other words, it went against the grain of truth. You know, when a carpenter planes wood, if they go with the grain of the wood, it gets very smooth, gets very easy. But if they go against the grain of the wood, it's hard and it's very difficult to plane wood to go against the grain because everything is
mit dem
grain.
Holz geht, also mit dem
The true
das Holz
you, your natural
weiß,
state,
alles ist weiß, aber wenn er dagegen geht, ist es
is there
piekt es.
within you. But
hard.
what's happened in the past
Und
half a cycle, if you like, is we've learned
auch,
to go against the grain
wenn wir den
of our
halben
natural
Kreislauf
state.
nehmen,
In other words,
da sind
body
wir immer
consciousness.
gegen unseren
Everything we do
natürlichen
out of body
Zustand gegangen,
consciousness is against
immer
the grain.
dagegen gegangen.
And that's
Das
why it
Körperbewusstsein.
becomes
Das
a
heißt,
real
wir
memory,
pflegen
a memory
Körperbewusstsein
of
gegen den Tod.
reality of our past right now. So to act in accordance with what is true you will carry only a subtle recording. Yeah, very subtle, very hardly anything at all. If you're
Unser wahres Selbst sind wir nur eine ganz subtile
in
Erinnerung.
alignment with what is your natural true self,
Fast da.
in other words, consciousness, the soul, you will only carry a subtle recording because there's no need to hold on to it. If you need to hold on to a
Diese
memory of
Aufnahme,
something you've done, it's like
wenn wir
unfinished
uns
business.
an etwas
It's unfinished business.
festhalten, an
Yeah,
an
that's
einer
really what karma
Alterinnerung,
is. It's unfinished
dann
business within yourself. And then
ein
that's going to affect you and
Schätzen
build up. And
herum
you're acting against the
herum
truth of what you are, and the action will be remembered, and that then becomes a part of a sanskar. Yeah, that the
in
memory
dem Moment eine
of
Handlung
that
zwischen
action, which was against the grain of the true,
wird
the
diese
natural
Handlung
you,
einem von gar, eine
it's a
fest
big
verankerten
memory. You will not
Persönlichkeitsmerkmalen,
let
eine
go of
Gewohnheit
it because it's
zuerst oder
unfinished.
fester
And
Bestandteil
so it
bekommt.
will become a part of one of your sanskars, or many of your sanskars, or just your persona, basically. This is how it forms. If you think about the first half of the cycle, if I think about it, I think that we hardly ever did anything against the grain, against the natural self.
In der
Nothing
ersten
violent,
Hälfte des Kreislaufes haben wir
nothing
nie
to
etwas
blame
getan
or criticize the other.
gegen.
And so
Wir haben
our
nie
memories are
jemanden
very,
ja,
very
ja,
subtle. In fact,
haben was
we
von
probably didn't even remember
gegen
what
den
we said or did because it was so natural. It was
gegen.
so easy.
war so
But
natürlich für uns
gradually, as
und
we
so.
move into the second half of the cycle, those
Wenn die
actions,
Zeitfläche
those
ist,
memories
halt
become against the grain, against what our natural self
in
is.
den Strich
So
vor und
as you meet the person
das
that you
haben
had
wir
the action
Erinnerung.
towards, yeah, if they come into
Wir
your company, if you just see them from a distance, they may trigger a reaction.
jemand, der
Yeah, it could be a person
der
who's similar to the person that
euer
you
Umfeld
acted
braucht,
towards in an inaccurate
könnte
way.
es
It could be a person who's similar, and
Krankheit
they could
geben.
trigger
Vielleicht
a
ist
reaction.
jemand, der jemandem anders
And that's
ähnelt,
what's happening. It's not that
mit
they're
dem er
creating your reaction.
könnte
It's not
etwas
that they're
tun aus
responsible for
Text
your action. It's already ingrained in your consciousness as a memory that you are holding on to because it's unfinished business, because it was impure, if you
wenn irgendeine
it's
Handlung
therefore
oder wenn
unfinished.
irgendetwas
Yeah, if that makes sense.
nicht beendet
And
wurde,
so
also wenn,
it's
dann
caused
steht
by
das noch.
you
Dann ist es
and
noch
not the other
in
person,
unserem
because the
Kampffeld.
other person,
Ja,
they do exist,
steht es
but they
so.
exist primarily in your consciousness. That's one. So when
In
you
erster
see them, they
Linie
awaken the memory of them,
Menschen,
and then
der noch
the
uns
action you had
zu
towards
tun
them,
haben.
which was full of emotion or violence or whatever. And so
In erster
everyone is in
Linie
two places at once. They're out there, but they're in your consciousness. And so
beim
you don't
Bewusstsein.
have karmic accounts with anyone. It's
Wir haben
within
eigentlich
your consciousness
haben mit
itself.
irgendwie
It seems you
die
have a karmic account with someone,
sind
but really it's
in
your
Wirklichkeit.
own
Es scheint so, so mit
mistake is the
Menschen,
wrong word. It's your own inability to act
aber in Wirklichkeit
naturally in alignment with what is
und,
the
und
truth
das ist so
within you.
Unfähigkeit zu
You
handeln.
know?
Das ist
If that makes sense.
unsere
It's
eigene
always you
Wahrheit.
that's causing the
Und
reaction. It's never the
immer
other
sind
person that causes
selber
the reaction.
die
We
Reaktion
think they do. We sometimes think,
und
some people
wir
think they
denken
do.
manchmal,
And
die
therefore,
anderen
what
sind.
do we say? Oh,
Wir
I
denken,
must have a karmic account with that person.
und
No,
dann
you don't.
denken wir
You just
an
have the
Kampf mit
karma recorded in your consciousness. And they are the trigger.
das
You
eigentlich
know,
so, dass
physically the
in
trigger, or it
Wirklichkeit
might
ein
be
Übung
lying,
sind.
and as
Die
soon as you
werden
think about
sagen,
them, they mentally become the trigger.
nein,
Yeah, and so you think, oh, I got a real karmic account with them. No,
wir
it's
denken,
just
oh wow,
you
mit dem habe ich aber ein
replaying
heftiges
what you've already
Konto.
done and what's already
Über
within
etwas
your consciousness.
einfach
And
nur,
so these are just ways that
was ihr bereits
I
getan
feel it's important to churn, and it takes me deeper to a deeper understanding, and it's depthless.
habt.
It's
Ich
infinite,
finde, das ist
what you can
ja
discover. What we need to
zwischen
discover for ourselves.
den
Yeah,
Themen
sure, the classes, the workshops, and
selber
so on, they might give
entdecken.
you
Ja,
a lead,
Klassen, Workshops
a
und
sense
so,
of
ja,
direction or whatever, but
in
we all
eine
have to do it
Richtung
ourselves.
und
And that's what
sehen,
makes us all
das
number wise, really. It's
selber
what sets us at
gesagt, sind ja alle
different positions, and that's
unterschiedlich.
just fine. That's okay. And there's no
Und das
one,
ist okay.
there's no one that's saying this is right and this is wrong. It's just
Da kann niemand
how
sagen,
much
das ist richtig und das ist
I
falsch,
am
sondern
prepared
es geht uns
to
darum,
churn.
wie
Because
viel,
the more I churn, the deeper I go,
wie viel
the greater the value for me
mit
personally.
dem mehr ich das mache, desto
Okay, that's it, really.
Ja.
Basically, that was me trying to give you an example
Einwert.
of how I churn, or one of the ways I churn. And I'm
Das
sure
ist nur
that you
ja,
might be
zeigen,
quite
wie ich
different. And
mich mit dem
with that,
Standard
let me stop
so
sharing and
hier zu reden.
come back to the screen.
Und
To
ja.
people thinking, "Ooh, what is this
Ja,
guy talking about?"
und
So wonderful, Brother Mike, as always.
Yeah.
We listen to
Mike,
your talks and then we sometimes feel, oh, our basics start shaking. Do we have karmic accounts? So that's
also wenn ich
perfect. But you've opened a big Pandora's box by speaking about karmic accounts. I'll just take a few questions which people have started asking, not about karmic accounts, but about a few concepts which you said. I'll take first off this because I think it's a very important question, that how do I convert my spiritual knowledge into a spiritual experience?
Die Frage ist, wie kann ich meine
And
spirituelles
sorry,
Wissen
I'll add to
Yeah.
this. It's about
habe,
my experience that
Problem
how do I
verwandt.
know that what I'm experiencing is a
Woher
reality or it's an illusion?
weiß ich, dass
Too confusing.
meine Gattin,
So
von
see,
der
there
ich
are
denke,
quite a
dass
few
sie
people having that question. Yeah.
nicht ist, aber sie echt ist.
When something is a reality, then you don't question it. You don't. The experience is not held onto. You just let it go. In other words, you have an experience and it passes, and
Mm.
you don't want to hold on to it. You don't. Oh, I got such a good feeling from having that
Moment
experience. No, you
verhalten,
just have it
diese
and let it
Erfahrung.
go. You're clear. You don't want anything from it. You don't
Es
need
ist nicht
anything
klar,
from it.
dass man nicht mehr weiter
You're
braucht
not
davon.
using it in any way. It's just happening, and you move on.
Man
You know?
benutzt es
And
nicht.
so
Man fühlt
if
sich
you hold on to it,
in
you get attached to the experience in any way
dem Moment
whatsoever, it'll take you down.
verhalten,
It'll take you
wird
down.
man an
It'll
das
affect
zieht
your
einen
the
runter.
quality of your consciousness.
Und das beeinflusst die
And
Qualität
so
unseres
anytime
Zustands.
you're holding on to something,
Also,
it
wenn man
means
irgendetwas festhält, egal wann,
you're defining it as an illusion. And so you're saying,
bedeutet,
I need
in
this. I
dem
need
Moment
to have more
stempelt
experience. I
als
need this to happen
Illusion.
for me. And so
Auch
there's
das
neediness
unbedingt.
there.
Man
And
will
so
sich für die
whatever comes up, you're going to try and hold on to it. The
einen
moment you hold on to it, it becomes like an illusion. Because we are designed, if design is the
dann
right
wird es
word, we
wie
are
eine
meant
Illusion.
to be flowing through drama, flowing through our life, to be
Eigentlich
flowing.
sind wir dafür, dass
And
wir
that means letting go of everything, not trying to
eigentlich
stop anything,
eigentlich
not becoming
einfach
static on anything,
durch
but
unser
you're just
Leben,
flowing
durch das
onwards.
Kreis,
And this
wir
is the
wollen
sign
nicht
of a great soul, really. Someone who can flow, who
festhalten.
can meet every moment fully,
Fließen kann,
not
der ist
bring
voll im
something
einzelnen Moment
previous to bear, not
im einzelnen
bring something
Moment da zu sein.
that they want to bear on a situation. You just flow,
Gibt
no
auch
matter
einen
what the
bestimmten
experience
Punkt,
is.
kann ich
And
nun
paradoxically,
wenn man dann
I'm
fließt,
thinking about this at the same time. Paradoxically, that's what allows you to be free. You know, if you're not doing that, then you're not free.
man ist
You know,
nicht
and that's what allows you to be light, because you're not trying to hold on to anything which is holding you down, holding you in one place. You're going to be light. You're going to be lightness. So
halten,
you're going to be free. You're going to be light.
geht
And
darum,
that's
frei
why all
sein.
experience has no value really. I'm not saying
Also,
it's not necessary now. It's going to
eine
happen now.
Erfahrung
It's going to be now.
hat
You're going to,
nicht
but
insofern
trying to
Wert, dass
hold
man
on
die
to
Füße,
it is
wenn man
like trying to
versucht
hold on to mist
zu halten,
on the one hand, and trying to hold on to heaviness on the other hand. You know, there's many
wenn man
people who
versucht,
experience depression and they don't want to let go of it. They use
alles
it to
das,
define
ja,
themselves.
ja,
Oh, I'm so depressed.
aber
You know, and it's not that they are depressed. There is depression as a mood there, but it's not me. And so if they could get that, then they would let it go much more easily instead of
wenn
using
man
to
diese
define
Schwere
themselves, to identify themselves, etc. I don't know, does that make sense?
Makes a lot of sense because another question which people ask is that how can Brother Mike remain so happy? And whenever he does his talks, he's always got this hearty laugh, and which is so natural in you. And they say that he's an author of so many books, but he has this ability to not latch onto that and let go. So is that the feeling which you're able to let go, and that's the reason you're so free and light?
Yeah, I think so, because I'm very easygoing anyway by nature, and so
Ja,
I've
ich
been
glaube,
blessed with that ever
ich
since
bin
the
irgendwie
first days
gesegnet
on a spiritual journey.
mit der
And
Natur,
so
von
it's always remained with me. My
Anfang
sense of
meiner
humor has been revised
und
in time. I've lost my old sense of humor, and it's a newer sense of humor, if that's the right term. But yeah, I mean, basically, yes, I'm
Entwurf für einen neuen entwickelt.
the
Ja,
more I churn, the more free I feel.
also,
Yeah,
weil
because
je mehr
sometimes you churn a lot and they
denke,
become more heavy, but I think you're saying you churn but become more light as you're churning.
Yeah,
werden es immer schwerer,
it frees you up
Nein.
basically when you
Ich
go,
mit dem Blick
aha, now I see, now I understand. Yeah, and that is
durch
very
erkenne.
smile consistent.
Yeah, the
Ähm,
next question is someone is asking that I have started my spiritual journey. She has read
äh,
your books as well, one of the books.
sie
And
sagt,
how do
deine
I
Bücher
visualize newness in my meditation practice? I am not able to
sind
visualize new things, but
in
how
die
do I do
Praxis
that?
Don't
neu
try.
fahren und visualisieren.
Stop trying. Stop trying to force yourself into
Na,
seeing
hör
the
auf,
newness or being
das
newness,
unbedingt
and just
wollen.
meditate.
Hör auf, das
Understand.
unbedingt
The
haben
practice
zu
of
wollen.
meditation
Nicht
is
einfach
each one of us experimenting,
die
and we all find
Meditationsübung
different things work at different
etwas
times. And so
Experimentelles
just allow
und
yourself to meditate, and newness will occur. Newness will arise. After your meditation,
einfach
if
zu
you're
meditieren.
engaged in
Einfach
some
zu
kind of
meditieren, das ist das Ding.
expression on paper, you find new ideas come up, new ideas, new insights arise after you've meditated. And so it's different for different people. If
Man
you're doing something in
meditiert
the office,
die,
you might find
die
yourself suddenly
bei
feeling very
den
light,
Gedanken
and because you had a morning meditation earlier in the morning, and you
für
feel a lightness at halfway through the day, and so there's a connection between the two.
das während
It's
fast während des ganzen Tages
everyone's different.
lag.
Okay,
Jeden
so you showed us 4 slides. First, the ones who have missed, we'll give you all the materials later. The first one is about the mind, the second was the intellect, the third was about consciousness, and fourth was about
Tag
karma, which was a big Pandora's box you said in the opening.
vergangen ist
This
und
question
der
is about
Intellekt
the brother is asking that what is the best and the easiest and simplest way, the best, the easiest, and the simplest way to open the closed mind?
der einfachste und beste Weg, wie man
Okay.
einen Geist erschaffen kann, der echt
The
offen ist.
best way is Murli, meditation, seva,
Ich finde,
and yoga.
der beste Weg ist Mordi,
Keep
also
doing those
morgen,
4 things every single
jeden Tag
day, and I guarantee your mind will become easier and more open and broader until it is
innerlich
not
kommt
necessary
und
to have a mind at all.
also man merkt, dass wenn man das macht, dass man wirklich jeden Tag
Okay, that's what you do. In the end, you throw a big bouncer. That's good. Okay, the
ja,
next question is how to finish that unfinished business which you spoke about.
wie finden denn die Dinge, die noch nicht beendet wurden, beendet?
Well, that's
Man
really down to the soul going more deeply, and
tut.
in
Das
connection with
ist
God, of course. That energy is there
Gott
to take you into a deeper place,
einfach
and
für die Themen. Davon
and
Tiefe gehen.
you
Ähm,
realize that
man kennt dann,
before you
dass
regretted making the mistake
bevor man bedauert,
in your interaction
einen
with
Fehler
others,
gemacht
which
hat,
left you with a memory of unfinished
in der
business
Handlung
and heaviness,
miteinander.
basically.
Das Resultat ist dann,
But
dass
the
man
more deeply you go into
erinnert,
yourself,
man etwas
the
verändert
more
hat.
you apply your light.
So,
It's
wenn
like
man
the sunlight
tiefer
is a great
einsteigt,
healer
man
of
tief
a physical wound.
runter,
Sunlight and
dann
ointment, and so the equivalent for healing
Licht ins Ding.
of unfinished
Wir wissen,
business
dass die
or
Sonne
finishing
zu
that
uns
business
ist.
in
Die Sonne,
consciousness
das Licht der Sonne ist sehr
taking the light of the
heilsam.
source and applying
Und
the ointment, which is a deeper
die
level of
Sonne heilt
understanding
viele Dinge.
every day,
Und wenn
deeper
wir,
and deeper and deeper.
wenn
So
wir
you're
ganz
applying
tief
light
gehen,
and
auch so,
ointment,
wir
which
Licht
is
ins Dunkle bringen.
essentially what
Und das
heals
ist wie eine Salbe,
the wound that
heilt
you've created in
die
your
Wunden, die
consciousness
Menschen,
by doing something which was
also
not, you were not in your natural state. You were doing
indem man
something
einen
which
Licht
was
wirklich
inaccurate,
den Weg
which you possibly
zu den
regretted.
Dingen
And now
abtaucht
that you've put that light,
und
that
fertig
ointment, that
da
understanding onto it, that regret
rumliegen.
disappears. And you're beginning
Ähm,
to finish it. And so you're feeling lighter.
kriegt man
You
Licht
drop it
dazu.
and you feel
Man
lighter,
kriegt
you
Licht,
feel okay.
man passt sich, man guckt hin, man
I
bestrahlt sie
think
mit
that's the best
Licht
description I can come
und
up
man
with.
fühlt sich
To
leichter
heal
dann. Man
yourself.
merkt, die Dinge lösen
Right.
sich
And
und man fühlt
a
sich
common
leichter.
question which
Ich
quite a few
glaube, es ist
people ask and a few have asked here as well, that how to develop concentration in meditation.
einige haben
Do
gefragt,
you
wie
want
man
to?
in der Meditation sich besser konzentrieren
Oh,
kann.
there's no
Hast du das?
concentration.
Also wie kann man sich in der Meditation
You have to be careful.
konzentrieren?
In a sense, there's two kinds of concentration. one
Okay, man
kind
muss
is
kurz, es gibt zwei Arten
you
von
try and force
Konzentration.
yourself to be focused.
Die eine ist
Yeah, and
eine
so
Art
that's
von
force,
Zwang,
and there's going to be
den man
tension there.
übt.
Yeah,
Und
you're creating a
Zwang,
tension within
der
yourself.
Zwang
You've
oder
got to be
Druck
concentrated.
bringt immer
Here we
Spannung
are,
mit
and
sich.
you're being quite serious about it.
Ähm,
But then there's a
eine
natural
gewisse
focus.
Ernsthaftigkeit,
And so
ein
that's about
Streben
finding
nach
your natural focus.
ist da involviert.
Focus on peace, for example. And so you just
Aber
gently focus
wenn man,
your mind on
wenn
being
man sich
peaceful. I'm just going to be
Thema
peaceful and
konzentriert,
quiet
zum
and
Beispiel
calm now.
Frieden,
Yeah.
in aller
And you'll
Ruhe,
find that
in der
naturally
Stille,
emerges,
dann
you know,
kommt
your
das in
focus
einer natürlichen
on
Art
peace.
und Weise,
And then
kommt
you can begin to dive
Erfahrung da.
more deeply,
Man
dive
kann
beyond
dann
that
in die Tiefe treten,
state of mind.
dieses Himmels,
Yeah, and the more you
in
dive,
diesen
the
Zustand.
more peaceful and more peaceful.
Man
and more
kommt dann in
peaceful you
diesen
can
Zustand
become.
rein.
That's a natural
Man
way
wird
to do it.
friedlicher.
Just
Und
remember
das ist
your
eine
true nature
natürliche
and
Weise,
begin, although I talked
Thema
about
zu
the
gehen.
qualities of being mixed in reality. Just
So
begin with peace or with
eine,
happiness, contentment, and be content in the moment. Be content.
so
And then notice
man
what stops you, what
lebt
gets in the
in
way.
tiefen
You know, what gets in the way has a lesson
Zufriedenheit.
to teach you. What are you attached to? You know, what are you doing that's disturbing yourself, that is
Alles
distracting
ist
you?
dann gestört,
What thought is coming
beinhaltet Reflexion.
regularly
So
to
wir
distract you?
stellen uns da oder können
And
uns dann
that
die
thought
Frage
will
stellen,
probably, you will begin to see, is
oder
coming
warum
from your
passiert mir das?
unfinished business, your unnatural business.
Sind
It's all recorded in there, and you're holding on to it.
ungeschlossene
And
Dinge,
so
die noch da
you've got
sind,
to let
denen
go
wir
of
noch
it.
nicht.
And so that
Also ist
will be
wichtig.
also
Und
affiliated to a wrong sense of self. In other words, a misidentification.
natürlich haben
Yeah.
diese alten,
In other words,
unbeendeten
you're still identifying with something, and you're still
mit
giving
der
rise to that thought, and it's distracting you,
Identifizierung
and it's pulling
von
you away from where you would like to be. And so you've got to
Identitäten,
go through that in a sense,
der
and
Identitäten,
to see that for
also
yourself, and to let go
dadurch
of that for yourself. And so
wir
it's
müssen loslassen,
innovation.
als
It's innovation, it's churning, and
Innovation
it's
geben.
experimentation. Yeah.
Lasst euch damit
No two people
experimentieren,
are the same.
seid innovativ und es
Yeah,
sind
right.
nie
In the
genau gleich.
meantime, if you all have any questions, you all feel free to ask. Maybe get up and you want to? Good. Yeah. And yeah.
Shanti, Brother George, it's nice to have you in Michigan. I always listen you talk, and so pleasure to see you here in Michigan. One thing, I have a question that Baba always say that burning the sanskaras. So how does it work? Is it burning sanskaras or merging and emerging works?
Just say that again a little bit. Just hold the microphone away slightly.
Are
Are you able to hear?
Yeah, I'm able to hear. That's clearer. Yeah.
Yes, so Baba says that burning sanskaras, sometimes he'd say in a Murli, burning sanskaras.
Man hat
So
Yeah.
von Baba
does it
jetzt
work
also
or does it just emerge and merge? That I'm
Oh,
Um,
both, really.
was genau passiert da
Your
oder was genau
sanskars, what your sanskars have at the core, all sanskars at this time in the cycle, crude sanskars, body conscious sanskars, the sanskars that make up your personality now,
in dieser Zeit des
they all have
Kreislaufs,
at the very core
die wir haben,
attachment to a belief.
etwas mit
That's what it is.
Anhängen
Attachment
und
to a
alte
belief. And
Glaubensmuster
so
zu
what
tun. Also
Gyan is doing,
Glauben
what knowledge is
an
doing, is it's coming into your consciousness.
was das
And
Wissen tut, ist, dass
if you
es in
like,
unser
in crude sense,
Bewusstsein
it's the truth.
kommt
And so the truth
und man kann das
is not a
als
belief.
Wahrheit
Beliefs are
bezeichnen.
static, you hold on to them, you attach to them.
Und
Whereas the truth is dynamic.
die
it's
Wahrheit
moving.
ist
And so it's
dynamisch.
coming in and
Alte
it's
Glauben
reminding you of what is
sind etwas
real.
statisch
Yeah.
ist, an das wir,
And as it
an
does,
an
it
dem
feels
wir
like there's a
festhalten.
burning going
Aber
on.
Wahrheit
In other
ist
words,
etwas
the
dynamisch.
belief upon which
Und
the sanskar is based is kind of
Wahrheit
disappearing. It's burning up.
ist
Yeah,
sozusagen
it's
diese
burning.
alten
Even
Glaubensmuster
you sometimes might feel
beendet.
hot as you realize that it's
Das
the
ist dann
sanskar is
sozusagen
based on
das
a wrong
als
concept or a concept
mit
is
Brennen
not
Sanskaras
accurate, a belief which is
bezeichnet
not
wird.
accurate. And so you
Das
sometimes
ist
feel
etwas, was uns
again,
nicht gut
most
tut.
of the
Also wir
time,
glauben, es nicht
it's
gut
just
tun und die
an
auch
aha
richtig
moment
sind.
as the truth
Und
seeps in.
das sind mal
The
diese
truth of who you are,
Aha-Momente,
what you are, where
wenn
you
wir die
are,
Wahrheit
as that seeps in
reinschleudern,
and takes
wer
over.
wir sind, was
Yeah,
wir
and
sind. Und wenn
that
diese Wahrheit
just quietens your
übernimmt,
personality,
diese
quietens
Wahrheit
the
sich breit
sanskara,
macht,
quietens
äh,
you, and so eventually you
das
become
macht
more
die Sanskaras,
natural
die wir haben, die alten Neigungen, die wir haben,
human being.
ruhig,
Natural, sorry.
bringt sie herunter und sie werden dann
Thank
auf
you. That
natürlich
one
neuer
concept I really like what you're saying, that act of accordance with what is the true, and it says only subtle recording. So I really like it, the subtle recording, in the golden age, I believe. So I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
thank you.
Even
Thank
in the golden age, it's probably virtually nothing. Yeah, but it just increases as time goes on. That's what entropy does. You know, the new becomes the old very, very gradually. Yeah,
absolutely.
and so nowadays we're full of, oh my God, I say that, did I do that? Oh my God, something wrong with me. Oh no, and so people have all kinds of self-talk in their consciousness because of that, and that disturbs them, their concentration. They go looking for something to relieve the inner pain, etc. And so it's okay. That's just what's happened.
aber
Thank
am
you very
Anfang
much.
war es nicht,
Okay,
da
so
waren wir gar
wonderful. I think many of you now are aware of the words which we use, but just to clarify a
in der
few things, because we have quite a few new people also in the audience who don't know these words, like even Mike used the word Murli, and you're also using here. But Murlis are the spiritual classes which we have in the mornings daily. And apparently
Neue
today is a Saturday, but we also read the Sunday class, which is
Wort
supposed to
hier
come
benutzt.
tomorrow, but we read it today. So I
Eigentlich
had a
müssten
question
wir
related to that, and it is related to
ja,
innovativeness, and also it's about
über
the
unser
glasses of our perception which we are wearing. So, for example, I
Ende
met you a
unserer
few days ago, and then I had a very
weil
bad experience, and I perceived it through the glass of my perception. So,
an
can
den
I
Tagen
be so
offen hat,
innovative and new that when I meet you for the second time, I don't wear
dann
that same glass of perception because
diese
it is
Brille
disturbing me itself? So, the question here
machen.
is how to, it's a basic question that how do I, it comes very
Warum?
often in our spiritual class that we, uh, we really start looking at others. I mean, what Baba, when we say Baba, Baba means the divine. We say our Supreme Father. He tells us that look at yourself. Your near glasses are not very good, but your far vision glasses are better because you keep looking at other people all the time and don't look at your own weaknesses. So I'm not trying to say that let's look at our weaknesses, but how to work upon myself so that I can transform the self first so that my glass of perception changes forever with everyone. So what are a few
Genau,
tips and tricks to do that?
Yeah.
muss
You
man
know,
sagen.
many of
Weiß
your
ich,
questions are beginning with the two magic words, how to. Yeah. In a spiritual context, there is no how to. There's no manual on how to do
spirituell
anything.
zusammen, wenn
You
wir
know,
oft
you
diese
are a unique
wie
human
soll ich
being,
machen,
a unique
das
being that
ist
has
eigentlich nicht wir
fallen
sind.
from a
Wir
certain
sind
state
ein
of consciousness
Einzigartiges
in your own unique way, absorbing your
und wir
own
sind auf
unique
unsere eigene
beliefs and
einzige Art und Weise
understandings. And so you will come out of
abgefallen
that. You'll come through
von
that
dieser
in your
ursprünglichen.
own unique way. The only thing I would say is what we're talking about now is
Eigentlich ist und
how
weiß
much
man,
are you prepared to churn,
aber
to look
wie
at
weit sind wir
upside
jetzt
down,
bereit,
inside out,
wirklich
the
damit zu
relevance
beschäftigen,
of
also
the
nach innen,
information that you're receiving
alles Innere nach
from
außen zu kehren
from
und
maybe an individual
unter die
who's
Lupe
reading
zu
it
nehmen.
every morning. Yeah, how much are you prepared to play with that, to say, well, is this true
Wie
for
groß
me? And some
sind wir
bits are
bereit,
now, and some bits,
sind,
well, I
mit
don't
dem
want
zu
to look
spielen,
at that.
die
But in a year's
hört.
time, oh,
Da
now I'm ready to look at that.
kommt
Now I'm ready to realize,
was
you know, there's truth in that.
ich will mit
And
der
so,
Pflicht
God,
befassen.
there's no how to. You know, how do you ride a bike? I can't tell you how
Äh,
to ride a bike. You'll
fragt
fall
nicht
off, and
ist
you have
die
to
Frage,
fall off
wie
and
soll
get
ich
back on
machen?
and fall off
Man
and
stellt
get
sich
back
die
on
Frage,
and fall off.
wie
You know,
fährt
and
man
everybody's
Fahrrad?
doing that in their own way.
Und
And so
man fällt dann runter und dann steigt man wieder
you know,
auf
you might
und
be
dann fällt
explained, someone might explain,
macht
the
einen
correct
Sinn.
perception to have of someone, but
Also,
you find it impossible
das
to
schwierig macht,
to
anders zu
see other people like
erklären.
that today. But next week, now I understand. Yeah,
Und
now I
vielleicht
get it.
hast du ja
And
heute
then
Schwierigkeiten
the week
mit
following
einem
that,
Thema
do you know what?
und
I was
eine Woche
playing with this
später
idea today,
erkennst
and
du ja
in my own way, I was
das ist ja
discovering
so,
how it was
so
making
soll es
such a difference to my
das heißt, man
vision of others.
wirklich
And so,
hier
wow, it's so true.
äh,
I never saw this
prüft.
a few weeks ago, but now I do.
Also
It's
manchmal
just,
ist wirklich halt der Unterschied
you
innerhalb
know,
von
it's
Wissen.
called awakening, I
Und
think.
man denkt dann vor ein paar Wochen noch, dann hätte ich
Right. In the
nicht so
interest of time, I'll take a few questions and maybe a quick answer. It's a basic question that how to activate our soul.
jemand hat gefragt, wie kann ich
Activate our
denn
soul?
die Seele
It's
aktivieren?
how to. You said don't ask how to, but any question will always start with how to.
Also die
The
Frage,
soul is already active.
wie
It's just
mache
not
ich das?
acting very,
Wie
very
mache ich das?
well. It's not acting
Und
in
das war der Herr
alignment
ganz fragen
with
soll.
its natural
Äh,
self, the natural, you know, it's like it's
also die
distorted,
Seele,
it's twisted
ja, das natürliche
a
Selbst
lot. And so
ist nur
if you think about how everyone's
Mitte.
twisted, and this is what
Jeder,
this is what I do.
jeder,
Everybody is
jeder,
a little bit twisted
jeder hat
and has
Seele
been
und
for a long time in their consciousness,
das seit einer langen Zeit
entertaining
dem
the
Bewusstsein.
inaccurate ways to hold
Äh,
different ideas,
Und
perceptions,
man
etc.
hält,
Now, if
hält sich an
everyone has done that over a period of time,
Sichtweisen,
then
an
Jesus, this
Vorstellung
makes the world incredibly inaccurate
seit einer
and
langen
distorted
Zeit.
and
Das macht
maybe even illusory.
Welt so und
And
so
there's a lot of
unverständlich.
people out there now who are talking about living in the middle of an illusion. That it's not real
Also, viele Leute
because
sagen, es geht in
everything
der
we've
Illusion.
done in the world has been unreal for such a long time. So, I mean, if you go down that
It's
road,
our internet or his internet?
Die ganze Welt
then you can get ready to do some deep journey.
seit so einer langen Zeit nicht mehr in der Realität ist,
Okay.
in der Wahrheit.
So yeah, so we'll take this last question in the interest of time.
Noch eine
How to
letzte
be sure
Frage.
that I'm not creating more karma through my
Ich
Lokik
möchte
work?
fragen, dass ich durch meine
Maybe more
Arbeit
bad karma, whatever, but some more karma through my Lokik work.
weiter Karma erschaffe. Wie kann ich da
Well,
ganz
you're always
sicher gehen?
doing action. You're always acting in
Naja,
some way or
wir
another.
handeln immer, wir
And
machen
so
immer Karma,
the question is, you know, how accurate
aber
is
äh,
the action that you're doing? And you know how
äh,
accurate it is by
wie
what
akkurat
you feel,
Handlung
what goes on
ist. Und
in
das
your
wisst ihr
mind
selbst.
and your
Äh,
feelings
Wie fühlt ihr euch
following
bei dem, was ihr tut?
whatever the action is. So at the end of the day, if you feel
Wie fühlt es
heavy
sich
and
für euch
sad and
an,
bad, then
wenn
there's a
ihr
good
euch am
chance,
Ende
it's
des
not a
Tages
guarantee, but it's a good chance that
leer fühlt
what went
und
on during the day, what you did
aufgeht,
during the day, was not
dann ist
aligned
die
with your
Wahrscheinlichkeit
natural
groß,
self.
dass was ihr
Whereas if you
während
feel good and content and
nicht
satisfied and fulfilled at
wirklich
the end of the day,
dem
then there's a good chance that
selbst
how you acted,
war,
karma's
wenn ihr
action,
euch am
how you
Ende des
acted on
Tages
that day,
so gut fühlt,
built up that
ganz müde, aber gut
towards that feeling
und
basically.
zufrieden,
That's the
dann
best way to sort of,
hinsicht darauf, dass
it's not a question
ihr
of how to, it's a
etwas
question of,
tut,
you know,
was
ways in which I can make
natürlichen
sure
Selbst hat.
I act in an
Die Frage
accurate
ist
way
nicht
from a
das,
spiritual
sondern
point of
muss
view.
einfach aufpassen und genau hingucken,
Yeah, so
äh,
that's an amazing
das,
answer.
was
So be accurate and make sure you're not creating something wrong. So thank you, Brother Mike, so much for this wonderful, I must say, new concepts and diving into the consciousness and really
sein.
trying to make ourselves so
Äh,
innovative. We really have to keep churning. So thanks once again. And I would now request Sister Anu. We don't have
ja
the
noch
seniors around. Dr. Mehta had to leave for some reason, and Dr. Sister Claudia isn't around. So I would request
hier
Sister Anu to please propose the vote of thanks. And I would also
was,
request Sister Lakshmi, who is the center coordinator of Michigan,
ja,
to, after Sister Anu says a few words, you can also say a few words about a vote of thanks. Thank you.
also,
So over to Sister
Anu,
Anu first, and then we'll have Sister Lakshmi. Yeah.
Thank
Anu,
you,
wenn
Brother Manoj. Thank you, my brother. It's truly newness, so many aspects. that we don't really churn, I think, very actively.
die
We just flow
Neuheit,
with life and
ja,
whatever
wirklich,
is outside,
äh,
even though we have the spiritual practice. I loved many aspects that you have brought, but yes, to be open-minded, to flow with the drama and not being stuck with the experience. And that was really beautiful how you said that the experience, we define qualities by our one experience, and we stick to that this quality or this value must be felt this way, and that is what is the limited vision. And values are much beyond than any one particular experience. I love that. And also you said that be content with
gelehrt,
no one.
eine
Yeah, and
einzelne
that's a
Erfahrung.
big thing. We also are stuck with a defined me image, the physical existence and achievements. So that makes me discontent. And definitely have brought very powerful new perspective about karma. I'm not doing any karma. Like nobody is creating the karma with me. It is me who is just
Karma.
being influenced by my own scars, my own past experience. And that is also, you said, as a wound in your consciousness. And that is what has to be healed through taking the power from the source.
And
So many points.
Fun.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Each
Ja,
one of
tolle
us,
Punkt.
I'm sure, are taking in and will churn more,
Jeder,
look through your
das
points, and
Ja.
progress in the spiritual context.
über diese,
Thank you
all
so
diese
much. It was amazing.
Thank
talk.
you.
weiter
Very good.
fortführen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sister Anu. Yeah, and before we go on to the announcements, so Sister Lakshmi, a few words on vote of thanks, and also she wants to do some announcements. Yeah.
She just
Yeah,
wants to
sure.
share something.
Yeah.
Brother Mike, I've admired you from afar, and everyone that comes to Michigan Center, I tell them to go to Relax 7 website. To me, it's like a Bible, mini Bible. And you have helped me in so many ways, but you don't even know that you're helping me. And I thank you very much. I met you many times, but never known you. I mean, you don't know me, but I know you very well. Thank you, and thank you for this opportunity done by this beautiful.
Thanks to the divine. And thank you.
Thank you, Manoj Bhai, and thank you, everyone. And it's been a pleasure. And I never thought I'll see a day in my life where I'll be hosting Brother Mike, my favorite brother, one of my favorite brothers. Om Shanti.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, that's the same thing, when I heard that, I felt like, one by one, you opened the Pandora, just like brother said. You went in the ocean of, in the deep ocean that you can get one pearl after one pearl after one pearl.
Mm.
Wonderful experience, wonderful openness. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
also, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much to all of you, for the ones who are sitting here as well and online as well. So over to Sister Anu for the photograph and the announcements. Yeah.
Yeah, very quickly, I'll take you all through the announcements, the coming up programs. We'll have the workshop on innovativeness and newness, the same continuation. Further, I'm sure we'll explore more and deepen the understanding of this value through the workshop. That's happening on 15th of June, Saturday, same time. And we'll have Sister Aruna joining from the Global Retreat Center in Oxford, UK. So please mark your calendar and join us then. And the next episode 93 is on strictness, Sakti, we say in Hindi, but what is the value of it? And as you can see, the other Hindi word is niyam nishtata, kind of being strict with our own discipline. So I'm sure we'll have our senior sister, Asha Didi, joining from India, Om Shanti Retreat Center, and she will take us into a deep insight on this value. So join us on 22nd of June, Saturday, same time. And all our, check us out on our websites. That's vihasa.in and vancouver.brahmakumaris.ca. And all the videos, including today's video, you can find on our YouTube channels. That's Vihasa India and Brahma Kumaris Vancouver, and in all other languages as well. And these are also the playlists. You can find all the episodes in this playlist. So you can mark on this page to check us out. Thank you, everyone. And let's just take a photo as we always do. It's a virtual photo, so we don't want to miss it with Brother Mike. I'm sure everybody is taking home an open mind today and will continue further. So everybody, you can open your video if you want to be in the photo. Just giving still a few seconds. Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Manoj.
So thank you so much. And before we close, we'll just go into the meditation mode with Brother Mike. So maybe you'll do a commentary or drishti, whatever suits you. So some commentary should
Okay,
be.
I'll do a little commentary. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. So just to relax your body in the chair. Don't look at any screen, so that will just distract you and push you into labeling and judging. And just relax your gaze and enjoy the relaxation for a moment. And see any tightness or tension around your body, and then look into it and watch it dissolve. Then bring your attention to yourself. And in your mind, you can create one thought, a simple thought, a starter. I am a being of peace. And this is your point of focus, but not in a forceful way, in a gentle way. Allow yourself to be calm and quiet. And know that any realization that you need in the moment will arise in your own consciousness. Don't let the mind define what that might be. Just be quiet and calm and allow. Allow feeling to emerge naturally. Let the mind be so quiet let your being be so still. And just be aware that you are beyond. Unlimited, beyond. Good. Thank you.
So thank you so much once again for your words of wisdom and for your presence. Thank you. Thank you all of you for joining, the interpreters, translators, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you again. Take care.
Thank you, everyone. See you again soon. Thank you, brother.